Hey squad, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. Today we're going to review the Scandi from Odenwolf knives. This is going to be a fun one to play with. Check this thing out. And stay tuned because we've got a discount code for you on this one as well. Let's get to it. All right, so this is the Scandi from Odenwolf knives. We've seen them before, and let's do a quick unboxing of this. Now, I'll give you the QR code there if you want to check out their website, of course. And again, I'm going to have a discount code for you here later in the video. But I've reviewed several of their knives before, and I've always been impressed. They really seem to outperform for their price range. And I am also a sucker for good boxing. Some people this doesn't matter to, but I really appreciate a good boxing. So let's go ahead and see what they sent us. Got a little cleaning cloth there, a little brochure, mini brochure, if you will. And let's go ahead and check this out. By the way, don't eat these. It's definitely not a snack. All right, let's check out this sheath first of all. Obviously, there's various ways that you could attach this to your gear, either through the belt loop or attaching it to your vest or your backpack with the polypropylene sheath. Got the little logo on the back, so, sort of like an M-lock attachment. And let's test the retention on this thing. Okay, just a little bit of sound. The camera might not even be picking that up. But very good retention. It's not going to pop out unless you want it to, in which case you're just going to give it a little thumb push, like that. Let's go ahead and check out this knife. This is what you came here for. So this is a Scandi grind, which means that this edge comes together on both sides evenly. And see if I can show you. There we go. The reason a lot of bushcrafters like that Scandi grind is it holds the edge up really well to heavy use. This is D2 steel. It's got a hardness rating of 60 and it's got a straight back. Very good for striking ferro rods with. Got a little bit of jimping on there for those of you who like to get their thumb on that. And I like when we've got a little bit of a finger guard here to protect it so that if it gets wet, if the blade gets wet, or if you're working in the rain, it's very unlikely that you're going to get slippage down the blade. You don't want that. Let's take a close look. Again, this is D2 steel. I'm a fan of D2 steel. D2 is basically a tool steel. There's that beautiful logo there for Odenwolf. D2 is basically a tool steel. The pros of it is that it has a very high hardness rating and also tends to, the edge tends to hold up for a really long time before it needs to be sharpened. It has pretty decent corrosion resistance. It's not a bad idea to periodically add a little bit of mineral oil to give it a little bit extra corrosion resistance, but it should hold up just fine under normal wear and tear. That is not a sharpened spine, by the way. If there's a downside to D2 steel, it's that it is a little bit harder for some people to get an edge back, but once you do, it tends to hold it for a really long time. So all steels have pros and cons. That's the thing you need to remember. Even Magna Cut, which a lot of people are big fans of Magna Cut, one of the cons is that it's very expensive to make. Another con is that it's very hard on the machine that makes it. And a third one is I've heard of some people having issues with Magna Cut tip breakage at the very end of their top of their knife. But we're not talking about Magna Cut today. We're talking about D2 steel. All right, this is a full tang, obviously fixed blade, which is if you're thinking about bushcraft or survival tasks, even wood carving, you're going to want a fixed blade. You could attach a lanyard there certainly if you wanted to. The handle is textured TPE. Very nice and grippy, even if it got wet. I don't think you're going to get slippage on this. Feels really good. If you've ever had, like a strong polymer, right? Whether it be one of your firearms or whatever, that's kind of what this feels like. Is like a strong polymer. Total weight, 5.64 ounces. Blade length is 4.53. Make sure you check your legalities for your area. Some areas have length legality issues. Blade thickness is 0.12 inches. Handle length is 4.72 inches. So lengthwise and blade wise, very well balanced. Obviously a little bit more weighted on the handle. And handle width is 0.98 inches, so just about an just about an inch wide. Now, I mentioned a discount code for you before. If you want to go ahead and grab it now, discount code is SARGE10 for 10% off at Odenwolf Knives. Of course, I've got that in the description down below as well. You can go ahead and click my link below. That will help me by earning me a small commission. Let's go ahead and do some sharpness tests on this bad boy. Now, if you've watched my knife reviews before, and I've got a whole playlist of about 100 different knife reviews, which we'll link up at the top here, you know there's certain sharpness tests that I like to do, one of which being the paper test. It's one of the best ways to test sharpness for a new knife. All right, looking good on that paper test. Okay, the next I like to do a paracord 550 test. This is paracord 550. Slicey dicey, no problems. Let's go ahead and do a push cut on this next one. Okay, next we're gonna do a little push cut. This should be a little bit harder than that slice test. Still really nice performance there. All right, and then let's go ahead and get one more strand, and we'll do 3 strands together. And this is Sarge's trademarked, it's not really trademarked. If you want to do this on your videos, you can. This is my famous 3-strand paracord test that I do on all my knife reviews. Look at that. Whew. All right, and then let's go ahead and do a little wood test here too. So this is, obviously that's from another, let's go ahead and peel that off so we don't get confused for the camera. That's from another knife test that I did. So we're just gonna do a little bit of, you know, feathering, see what it can do. There you go. How you like them curls? Looks good, guys. So far, I'm pretty impressed. Then, of course, you could take that tinder and use it to start a fire. Let's try to do a little notch here, see how that works for us. How you like that? All right, now I've worked with Odenwolf knives before. Obviously, they're a good choice for bushcrafters, for survival tasks. You know, if you're gonna need to process some firewood for a fire, I think you're gonna be happy with all of that. They're very well balanced. It's a really good price point for getting into a good bushcraft survival knife. And again, with D2 steel, it's really gonna perform well for you. It's not gonna need a lot of sharpening. You basically could take it out for a whole weekend of camping and you know, processing firewood and things like that, and you're not gonna have any issues, I don't think, for the entire weekend. So this is the W Scandi from Odenwolf Knives. And again, let's flash that discount code above again, just for those of you who might have missed it, or if you fast forwarded a little bit through the video. And there's a link in the description down below. If you want to use my link, it definitely helps me out. So let them know that Sarge sent you, and I appreciate you, everybody. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe with the bell notification on. And most importantly, don't forget, we've got that discount code for you for the W Scandi. And check out their other knives while you're over there. We've reviewed several of these Odenwolf knives on the channel before, and I really like them. Every single one that I've tried has performed well, way above its price range. This is a great bargain for anybody out there who's looking for a bushcraft knife. Make sure you check them out. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.